on all these platforms. And we will start this new roundtable around about MultiversX technology. Will MultiversX technology make the difference? That's the main question we will try to answer all together. And for this, I welcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 developers, 5 builders of MultiversX ecosystem. And I will mention first Razvan. Hello, Razvan. What's up?
Hello guys, sorry I don't have the webcam. I'm not home yet, but I hope you can hear me well.
Yes,
Great
we
to be
can.
here.
Thank you. Thank you
Great,
for
thank you.
coming today. And we are with Quentin. Hello, Quentin. How are
Oh,
you?
fine and you? Do you hear me?
Very good. Yes, perfectly.
Awesome.
Welcome. And we are with my dear friend and brother Joachim with the fabulous background of
I
Double
know,
Labs.
glitching a bit, but GM, I mean, when I see at my co-guests, we are well surrounded today.
Definitely. And we are also with Tikapo from Sensei Ecosystem. Hello, Tikapo, what's up?
Hello, guys. How are you? I'm pretty fine, and you guys?
I'm fine. You always have a very, very good sound.
Professional mic.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so jealous. And also, we are with Bogdan. Hello, Bogdan. What's up?
Hello everyone, it's nice to be here. It's the first time, so I'm probably the less tech guy here, so I'll try to to make it worth.
So on Twitter, you are Benistor. Benistor,
Exactly,
yes?
exactly, yeah.
Okay, great. And we are also with Boo Boo. Hello, Boo Boo.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on stage. Sorry, my webcam is a bit broken now, so you will only have my voice for now, but I'll try to fix that for the next one.
Voice is okay. Voice is
Perfect.
okay. I hope the mic will be too, but I think it will be okay. So thank you very much, guys, for coming for this technology roundtables. So as I said, the main topic will be will MultiversX technology make the difference? And the first question I would like to ask you, you can write on the private chat to say just up so I can know who wants to start. It will be easier. But because we are numerous around the table, please make a short takes so everybody can speak and we can cover all the topics I brought with me. So the first question I have for you is a few weeks ago, we thought that sharding was finally going to become a trend. You remember the Binance post, which could have helped MultiversX make a name of itself. So, do you still believe that sharding is the key to scalability and blockchain adoption? And if yes, do you think it will happen in 2024 or 25? Who wants to start? Let's go, Tikapo. I saw your hand.
Okay. Yeah. I think this is more better than a trend because on MultiversX, this is a purpose they have from the beginning, and we saw all the ecosystem starting to asking question on how to do it properly. You can relate on Nia asking to MultiversX how do they manage to do it, and then we saw the guys going to the protocol and making a lot of updates just to do something really, really better, really more understandable for the dev side, and also more efficient for the ecosystem. Then I think other layer one will have MultiversX inside to know how to do the sharding the correct way and not on the narrative way like we can see this last week. So that's my point. I'm trying to make it short.
Thank you very much, Tikapo. And you are right. Many builders on Twitter are saying sharding is not possible, or there are different ways to do sharding. So, yeah, I asked the same question to you guys about really the sharding, which is the initial value proposition of MultiversX as a layer one, as a blockchain. Who wants to? Yeah, continue. Let's go.
Yeah, I just want to say something. It's not because technology is a trend that it suddenly becomes something great. Charging was great before it was a trend. And what the lesson to learn is that people just don't care about the tech. They just want to go where the money is. And you can have the best tech, and I truly believe in the MultiversX tech. But if you don't know how to, if you don't have the possibility to show it to everyone, it's a bit sad, you know. And this is a lesson I learned in the past couple of months, and that's why I truly believe we have to educate people. We have to make more marketing, etc. Instead of just building isolated from the rest of the world.
That's interesting, but maybe to answer you, it's not my role today, but maybe it will open new discussions. It's not true to say tech is nothing, marketing and money is everything, because there were different narrative around tech. Just the layer 2 narrative. For example, it's not just about money; it's about the technology of a layer 2,
Of course.
and everybody invested on Polygon and Base and so on because it was layer 2.
Yeah, but what I want to say, the message I want to transmit is that the narrative is not always the current narrative is not always the best things for the users. It's the best thing for someone, but not this someone is not necessarily the final user and the one we will will use the blockchain. And
Thank you,
this is really sad.
Bogdan, let's go.
Yeah, hi. I just want to follow the Quentin answer, which is basically I agree completely because I think sharding cannot be a trend. I mean, it's nice technology. MultiversX, it's focusing on adaptive sharding from years basically now, but we are not yet at that point. So it will take maybe more years, maybe 5 more years. We don't know. And basically can be a trend. I mean, I think things that can be a trend could be a token, an NFT, and things that every person can use and take. But for sure, not a tech thing. Also, we have seen even recently, basically these days, people are more focused on creating layer 2s than building on a layer 1 which has sharding. And a few things that make me laugh is the launch of Namechain, which is the blockchain, the layer 2 blockchain just for Ethereum Ethereum domains, basically, which we could do here in 10 days probably. But they prefer to launch a layer 2 instead of building on a scalable chain, basically. So I don't think that that in the next years we will see sharding as a trend. No one care about sharding, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
reminds me. No, Quentin, it's not possible. I'm sorry, we need
go ahead.
Sorry, I will give you the mic after. Razvan, let's go.
Yeah, I can share you 5 seconds of my slot. Yeah, so like one thing that I want to go back to is that sharding and all these let's say tech stuff, they are not for the end user. So the people from the community, they won't use sharding, they won't use, I don't know, different updates that come to the protocol. That's the, I don't know, businesses and projects that are building on top of MultiversX to it's their job to come and basically exploit all these features. So for the sharding to, I think, and other awesome features to basically I don't remember exactly your framing of the question at the beginning, but to, I don't know, take the ecosystem to new heights or something like that is for projects to come and use them, and basically with that because the token, the AGLD token, and the technology are two totally separate product. Let's say the chain, the technology itself, that's for projects, because community members won't actually touch it directly. They will touch it through different projects. So yeah, I think it's really for sure that the tech needs to be there, because if you have a shitty product with very good marketing, that won't last long. If you have a very good product without marketing, no one will know about it. And the only way to succeed and to basically sell your product is to have a good product with good marketing, let's say. But again, if you are talking about the technology and the protocol, the marketing is for projects, because that's who will buy, with, let's say, the quotes, the technology, not the users.
Okay. And it's yeah, Joachim, let's go.
Yeah, I'll try to be very quick, but I think, as it's been mentioned already, that like the user don't care about that. The user care about the user experience. And I would even go back to like, just take the example of internet, because in reality, blockchain, when we think about transaction time, when we think about centralizations, etc., is actually behind as of now to internet when it comes to speed and reliability. And so a bit with like internet, when we went from edge to 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, I wouldn't be able to tell you how many megabytes per second we were able to download in the past. But I can tell you now, if I check my phone and I know we can stream, etc. So I think like there are steps that are going to make it easier and easier for users to interact with the blockchain, and therefore, yeah, he's not helping me focus. And therefore make the user experience better and allow for more products to either be, let's even transmitted from internet to the blockchain for certain solutions, or offer it purely and simply. And I think that is kind of like the change we're going to see, and that includes sharding, but that also includes maybe not layer 2s, but that's where I think we're being a bit hard with thinking sharding only, because we have sovereign chains, obviously, and we have app chains, etc., that also solve those kind of problems.
We will
So,
speak
yeah,
about it
great.
for sure, of course. Okay. Obviously, Boo Boo, if you want to say something, just write on the private chat.
Yeah, sure. Not worry.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not at my best, but I'll try.
Okay. So do you want to add anything about sharding, or we can move to the next topic?
Well, overall, I share Joachim's point of view. I love that the fact that sharding is part of the foundations of the blockchain, and this will be very helpful on the long run. But right now, this is not what we really need. We need, as builders, to create nice interfaces and to make the technology pretty transparent so anyone can jump on it. And so for me, it's great to have it at the beginning, because we will not have to refactor everything later if the chain goes catches more attention. But yeah, right now we just need cool interfaces and cool tools, cool ideas, and the chain will be ready to sustain the load when times come. Yeah.
Okay, sounds very good. I will continue the take of Joachim by saying that a part of sharding, which was the initial value proposition of Elrond at the time, what other technological developments mean that MultiversX has a real chance in the L1 competition. And guys, remind that maybe on the audience, maybe there are people that don't know MultiversX as much as we do. So who wants to start? Okay, guys, wake up. Who wants to start?
I can start.
Okay, let's go.
So a big part of, again, like if we go back to the user experience, MultiversX, let's say a year and a half ago, and before that, was very impressive when it came to transaction fees, transaction speed, etc. Because, for example, I come from Ethereum. I discovered first Ethereum before I discovered MultiversX, and yeah, I was paying half a fortune for to wait 15 minutes for my transaction to go through. So MultiversX felt like a Lambo. Nowadays, we're not there. Obviously, there has been kernels that have been cut by others to get that speed. I'm taking the example, for example, of Solana, which requires incredible computation amounts, but also no one has the entire history of the blockchain stored in one place. You only keep a very, very short part of it. So there is actually, like, because the blockchain has so many transactions and so many voting transactions, which is most of what they fill, it just like bloats it. So there's been design sacrifices that have been taken in the past that might change in the future. And I'm not saying that like you should throw away Solana, because they decided to take a shortcut, and maybe they're building the motor wave now that will allow them to patch that shortcut that they took in the past. While we're here where we've gone the long vision, we knew sharding was the solution. And therefore, we used a technology that is very hard to achieve while still having full decentralization and being able to run on quite low specs, as we see a Raspberry 5 can do it. And that is how we've done it. Is it the right bet? I'm not sure, but it does give I want to say the better keys for the future. But as of today, I do, like a regular user would find other chains more reactive in a sense when interacting with them because of extremely low transaction time.
Thank you very much, Joachim. Tikapo, you wanted to continue?
Yeah, I will follow the Joachim point of view because at the beginning, before became Elrond, I was on the BSC and Ethereum, and going wrecked on some meme of shitty project on BSC, wallet drain, and so on. And then, yeah, you have to make a statement like MultiversX is already think about the user experience first and the security at the. I will say the second, but first the user experience, because you have to come on somewhere and understand what kind of product you are using right now. And then you have to get this reassurance that you are in security into that ecosystem. And we know from the beginning at right now, from N1 to now, with a lot of stuff like the on-chain 2FA and so on, and the default by token, the ESDT property by default is there to secure the user. And that's an ecosystem where once you came from the other ecosystem, you don't want to go outside because you feel that everybody can try something. You can try even kind of application dropping right now without knowing from nowhere, and don't be drained. So you already have to make sure of what about you are signing, but you get this little bubble that making you safe into the Web3. And this is a sentiment you don't really have in the whole ecosystem. So for that, we need to onboard people, let them try this kind of solution. And this is our role as builder to define some maybe interfaces and products with, like Bubu said, and I really like that, low abstraction about the adoption first, and then keep them into that ecosystem, that bubble, where they are secure, and we will be able to join some builders too, to make them understand we are a lot of ecosystem that want to break down technology, their ideas, but like you said in the different table, and I will finish on that, the DeFi one, we need more liquidity and not only a wrap liquidity to make the big players come and start invest or build some big thing into MultiversX.
Okay, Bubu?
Yeah, I bounce back on what on what Tikapo said. One of the things that is cool with MultiversX is the clarity. You know where your assets are. You don't have anything to really think about. You know that nothing will move until you sign it. It's almost like a physical thing. You know where your assets are, in which contract, in which wallet. You don't have to do some brain exercise to just see what is going on. You can check the
So
Explorer. It's
to
pretty
be
clear.
clear, on EVM, for example, tokens are smart contracts, and on MultiversX, they are native assets. Just to be clear.
Yeah. Thanks for the precision, because every time I go elsewhere, I'm never sure where my assets are, and it's a real pain, even for a technical person, to just double check, triple check everything every time. The 2FA that Tikapo also explained it's also a good way to add more security on this. And yeah, for me, the clarity is really a very good point about what MultiversX can offer.
Thank you, Bubu. Quentin?
Yeah, typically when you build a product, you have two choices. You can either build what is visual and the user can see immediately. That's what Solana made by doing the shortcuts Joachim said. And you can focus on building on the foundation and solving tomorrow's problems. And that's what MultiversX did. There is no better choice, but you have to know that it's better from a tech-only point of view to start with the foundation, because once the foundation, if the foundation is not really good, it's super hard to change it. You know, if you have smart contract based tokens, it's almost impossible to go on native assets. If you don't have any kind of securities, your OP code, so the function you can call in your programs, are just shitty, you cannot change it, because you will break all the other smart contracts and all the previous dApps made in the ecosystem. It's two vision of building software, and I believe that for critical things, it's mandatory to have the long-term focus. But if you don't do things really critical, if you create some meme coin, etc., you can accept those sacrifices.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Quentin. Razvan?
Yeah, so I think everyone mentioned a lot of good and important points. Maybe one more to add would be the developer experience. I think it's way better and even easier to start building on MultiversX than, I don't know, on AVM, for example. So I think it's way easier to onboard new developers and builders project and so on and teams to build here. Yeah, on the user side, I think for example, native assets would be a really important thing, because most users use the simplest, let's say, things on the chain. So I don't know, maybe the majority of users hold some EGLD, but they don't do nothing else. Maybe some of them hold some other tokens. Then even a smaller group maybe hold NFTs. Maybe a smaller group use DeFi and so on. So as you niche more and more and more, of course, the group basically is smaller and smaller. But I think the focus on the general purpose features is very important, because that would basically attract more and more people, and then they will start to, I don't know, join. But as you mentioned, Elrond, one thing that of course I loved since the beginning was the focus on making I don't know, different features as simple as possible, and as
The UI
basically,
and
I
the
don't
UX.
yeah,
not
and
only.
trying to solve different I don't know, traps that users usually get in Web3 and so on. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Razvan. Bogdan, to finish with this question, and I'll have a last one for you guys.
Yeah,
Bogdan.
I'll try to be fast. And basically, what's the other technological development, which is a chance to be a layer one competition? I think it's one thing I love. It's our dynamic NFTs, which should come at the full speed in the next period.
With the Spica update.
Yeah, but I think there's a bit of more of work from what I remember. And I love this idea of basically having an NFT and being able to update it through time. Also, I imagine basically contracts or, as told recently at the X-Day, real-world assets compressed basically or built in an NFT. And these things, I mean, if if marketed well, I mean, if we go at hard on marketing on this side, uh, could be a nice field of competition out there, because I don't see a lot of layer ones which has this kind of technology and implementation.
Okay, thank you very much, Razvan. So I think we all agree MultiversX technology is great. Okay. Last take, and it's almost the same question as I asked everyone before. How can the foundation help to leverage its technology advantages to position itself in the layer one competition? Who wants to start? We have 7 minutes. Yeah, Quentin, go ahead.
The easiest thing to do is to attract builders that will build the apps that will attract the users. It could be by providing grants, by educating developers, by creating hackathon, by creating in big cities some workshops. It could be anything, but you have to attract the people that has the ideas, the big ideas.
Okay, sounds good. Guys, you have time if you want to develop a little bit, but let's go, Tikapo.
Yeah, I will follow Conte on that. The fact that MultiversX has a best tech and is about to release something really cool about the sovereign chain, the foundation should done something like, I wish you can say it in English, grant matching, because we saw Infinity launching his sovereign. They have a grant for builders building in it. The foundation could complete that grant to maybe make this project go higher, because in fine, when you look at this project, we will come and build on one Infinity on the top of MultiversX technology. We maybe bring adoption to MultiversX, because later in this year or maybe earlier in 2025, you will be able to log into Sovereign Chain with the Exporter Lab that you can do right now. The SDK is evolving well right now on Onefinity. For those that don't know it right now, you can have the epoch change, and that was a critical feature to launch after the validator testing phase. So the thing is moving, the thing is evolving, but by supporting the guys building on your, let's say, sovereign chain, you will bring your exposure at a higher level. First on EVM, then maybe on Solana, then maybe someone will come on Bitcoin, and so on. So that's the focus I think they should have right now, to push their technology and just not go into, let's say, narrative like meme coin and so on. But you push, you deliver, you push, you deliver, you push, and you have to follow and go by the side of the feature you are pushing forward.
Okay. This sounds very good. I think Razvan wanted to continue after.
Yeah. So I think one thing that maybe the foundation should focus on is to try and bring retail users first, not projects, because then it will be way easier to bring projects, and maybe you won't even need to do anything, because if, I don't know, there are a lot of users on the chain, projects will come to serve those users. The other way around, I think it's way harder to try and convince projects and then projects to attract users, because in such a, let's say, competitive landscape, they can easily choose another place to build. So I think focusing maybe a lot of effort on attracting users first, and then basically just supporting the projects that will come, because again, I think it won't even require a lot of effort if there's a lot of retail users to attract projects. They will just come, and then supporting those, of course, and helping them even with grants and tech support and everything that's already here, really. I think that will I think that will help a lot, because even I had different conversations with projects, inviting them, or I don't know, wanting more information about MultiversX and so on. And of course, everyone is looking at the numbers. And I'm talking here like when coming from outside, right? And just scanning everything and exploring. Maybe you have a spreadsheet with 10 chains in front of you. At the beginning, when you are choosing a chain or you're
We
asking
have
around,
sorry, we
it's
have 2 minutes. I'm sorry
yeah,
to interrupt.
I'm done.
Sorry. Joachim, 1 minute, and
Yeah.
Bogdan, 1 minute.
So actually, I'm going to disagree with Razvan. While we agree, I think on a lot of things, it is a vicious circle, as it can be a very positive circle in the sense that, like, yeah, if you have users, you have builders. If you have builders, you have users. But one of the issues we saw quite early on MultiversX at the launch of the Maya is that we attracted users, we attracted liquidity, etc. But users need something to do, and if there is no projects, they have nothing to do. So I actually think that it's more important to attract builders that will build projects that will attract users that are not yet on MultiversX and discover MultiversX through that project, like for example Solana with Stepan, than the other way. And for that to happen, I think one, we need to have showcase more the tools that are being built for developers. For example, Razvan created, I don't remember the name of the website, so you'll tell it, Razvan, but a place where you can file all the documentation, etc. But also, I think one of the mistakes that were made, and I'm hoping will change in the future, is that the thank you, XDev, check it out. Is that a lot of the launchpads, for example, where money went, where funds were raised, were for solutions that were aimed at the end consumer, at the users. What I would have loved personally to see more launchpads that are platforms for builders to create additional stuff or to attract users. We had shortly, and we're not going to talk about that because it's a different topic, but the discussion of maybe have a sovereign chain for gaming by Cyber Network, which then we know now is not happening. But I had kind of like a optimistic view of that because the focus is different.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I would like to give the last take to Bogdan very shortly, and
I'll
after
try to
we'll have
be
to
to be
close
fast
this
as
combo.
possible.
Thank you.
So basically, first of thing, I think we need an aggressive marketing from the community, from the team, a marketing that basically kick asses, and not only we are good of that, we have a lot of users, etc. But a very aggressive marketing, because we have the tech for doing that. Then I agree with Razvan. We need people first, then liquidity, maybe all of them together in some ways. I don't know how. I mean, I have some ideas, but we need people, and so users and liquidity. Then maybe in the end, the builders, because I think there are a lot of builders in the ecosystem which are not building just because they don't see a shiny ecosystem where they can basically even earn something in the end, because we're not doing everything for the for free basically. So often developers, including myself and some friends, we are not motivated to build stuff just because we don't see a lot of possibilities in a way that we can sustain the projects and ourselves through the years. So I mean, I think we don't need. For now, we have a lot of good developers in the ecosystem. We need liquidity, and we need people.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming today. I wish you all the best for your projects and for the whole MultiversX technology and ecosystem. See you for a next technology roundtable. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you
Sure.
everyone for having me.
Thanks,
you.
Jerem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.